We made it to the Narrows Campground. Got the camper set up. There's our site back there. In the distance, maybe you could see a little touch of blue out there. There's a trail down to the water. So we considered going to Green River Lakes Campground. It's another Forest Service campground north of here, but there's a fire going on. It's called Dollar Lake Fire, I believe, and it's consumed about 20,000 acres so far. They're trying to get that managed, and that area is closed right now. So we're going to take a walk back up this road and put our money and tag into the box. So this campground right now has a $12 fee, and for us it's a Golden Age and Access passport, so we're paying $6 a night. No drinking water available. It does have a pit toilet. So evening is fast approaching. We've already had dinner. Now we're just sitting at the edge of the lake. Had a really pretty sunset. Even had some reflections off the lake. We'd hoped and tried to go paddling today, but the wind really stirred up the lake. We had some pretty big swells trying to maneuver and paddle with our little packrafts. So we came back in, and we're gonna hopefully get back out there tomorrow. And that'll be another day. See you then. Good night. So the weather isn't cooperating down at the lake, so we're going to take a walk on New Fork Trail. We got up to the trailhead, and there's a pack of horses that they're going to take a trail ride. Sounds like fun. So we're going to head this way up to the trail. So the trail we're going to hike on for a while, it's in the Bridger Wilderness, and they do have bee bear wear in this area. So we're coming up to this rise, and we got a great view of both lakes of New Fork Lakes. There's the Narrows back there. Somewhere down here is the carcass of a cow that the bear has been hanging around. We haven't seen it. Well, I think those are some bear prints in this semi-muddy patch that head out to the brush in that direction. I still haven't found the cow carcass. So that was a nice, about 3.5 mile hike. We hiked to the far end of the upper, I guess, New Fork Lake. A little bit of elevation, but really not all that bad. And like I said before, never did find the carcass of the cow. So almost back to camp, and gonna have a little food, a little drink, and see what happens next. So after a couple of days of waiting out the windy weather, we have a beautiful flat lake, and we're going to get out and paddle a while. So what we're aiming for right now is just around the corner past those rocks is a narrow inlet, and it's shallow. It gets us to the other New Fork Lake. And there is what's called the Narrows between the two lakes. That's where we're headed. Yesterday we took a walk just above the shore over there. It was a little up and down, not bad, and we ended up at the far end of this lake. And if you continue on that trail, you can hook up with the Continental Divide Trail. You could tell fall is coming. The aspens are turning. There's a pretty good sized nest in that dead tree. I think we found a bald eagle. Dawn spotted it up in there. Well, we just had a great time paddling. We were able to get through the Narrows. Got to see a bald eagle. There was a large nest. Not sure if it was the eagle's nest or not, but the weather cooperated today. Had a grand time. But now it's time to move on to the next adventure. See you down the road.